Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Field of Dreams Baseball. This is May what day? May 2nd, the season 2. First game being featured tonight is between the Canada A's, first place, and also they're facing the Edmonton Express. So it's a battle north of the border today. And Edmonton Express are 6-13. They're pulling up the rear in the same division as Canada. They're more or less an expansion team, I guess you'd call it, as they were under new ownership this season, and they had to pick last. So they didn't really have the benefit of any really good draft picks, at least, compared to everybody else. So they're trying to find a way to put together some, they're 6-13 isn't terrible for so far, and let's see if we can find a good game here tonight. So I think we're ready to go. Edmonton Express are home. We're playing at Shea Stadium. They'll be wearing the white uniforms with the green and yellow, and they'll be facing Canada, who'll be wearing their away reds with the C on the chest. So here we go. What a wonderful rendition of "Oh Canada." Tonight's matchup is going to be between Don Cardwell of Edmonton, who's 1-1, 4.87 ERA, and Hal Newhouser of Canada, the Canada A's, now 3-2 with 1.43 ERA. Looks like it's a little cloudy with a chance of rain. And I guess we're at Canada. I guess we're in Canada right now. I thought we were at Edmonton today, so my fault. So we're actually at Tiger Stadium. Okay, so let's see, play ball. And we'll start off with the starting defense. For Canada, we have Rocky Colavito in left field, Ricky Henderson in center, Dave Winfield in right. Hold on a second. Albert Pujols at first, Ben Zobrist at second, Roy Smalley at short, Pablo Sandoval at third, Ted Simmons behind the plate, and Hal Newhouser on the mound. Let me see if I can fix the sound here. Let me know if there's some. Well, now I'm sharing. I just reshared. Let's see if there's some sound here. I don't know how I can test this, but okay. Well, for the Edmonton Express, batting first, Kazuo Matsui, followed by Buddy Bell, Carlos Lee, Tommy Agee, Andy Thornton, Miguel Tejada, Hunter Pence, Ken Boswell, and Jerry Grote. So here we go. Newhouser will face Matsui to begin with. Here's the pitch. There's a strike out by Newhouser. There's one down. Buckshot, let me know if you can hear the sound now. I thought I reconfigured the share screen, so just give me a yay or nay on the chat. And I also put the link at the top of this for if anybody who's watching wants to join and shoot the breeze while the game's going on. I'd be more than happy to let you in. Okay, we're good to go here. So here's Buddy Bell. He's batting .233 on the season, and here's the pitch from Newhouser. And here's a fly ball to center field. Ricky Henderson's there and makes the catch for out number 2. That brings up Carlos Lee, batting .254 with a home run and 6 RBIs. And the pitch from Newhouser to Lee. And he strikes him out. So it's a quick 1-2-3 inning for the A's for Edmonton. And we're going to go to the bottom of the first, and Canada's going to get their first crack. And we'll start off left fielder, Carlos Lee for Edmonton. Tommy Agee is going to take up the center field spot. Hunter Pence is out in right. Andy Thornton's in first base. Kaz Matsui's at second. Miguel Tejada is at shortstop. Buddy Bell at third. Behind the plate is Jerry Grote. And on the mound is Don Cardwell. who is 1-for-1. One game. I'm sorry. I don't know. Oh, that's this game. Sorry. 3 games played, 20 innings pitched, 11 earned runs. And the batting order is going to be Ricky Henderson that's batting first, Ted Simmons at batting second, Albert Pujols, Dave Winfield, Al Kaline, Rocky Colavito, Pablo Sandoval, Roy Smalley, and Ben Zobrist make up the lineup for Canada A's. It's a pretty potent lineup. This team won 121 games, I think, last season, and they're well on their way to winning around that total this season. So we'll see what happens. And here's the pitch. Cardwell gets set, and Ricky Henderson steps in the box, and here's the pitch. And there's a shot to left field, and Carlos Lee is going to make the catch. Great play number 2 of the season for Lee. That brings up Ted Simmons. He's batting .220, 4 home runs, and 11 RBIs so far. And there's a shot in the hole on the left side for a base hit. Ted Simmons gets on with a single. And here's Albert Pujols. 8 homers, 21 RBIs, and a .304 average for the MVP. Here's the pitch. Tejada to Matsui for 1, to Thornton for 2. That's double play. And that's the end of the inning. And I apologize. He wasn't the MVP. He's an MVP runner-up, I think. His last season's MVP was Jack Cheeseborough. So here's the pitch to... Hi, Bernie. Thanks for joining. And we have Hal Newhouser about to pitch to Tommy Agee, who's batting only 111 so far in limited action. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out number 3 here. Brings up Andy Thornton, who's 0 for 8 in this season. And there's a line drive, and Sandoval snags it for out number 2. And Miguel Tejada steps to the plate, batting 143. And here's a pop-up to shortstop. Roy Smalley settles under it and makes the catch for out number 3. So another quick 1-2-3 inning for Hal Newhouser. And here comes Cardwell to face Dave Winfield, who's got 7 homers, 14 RBIs, and batting .222 this season. And there's a fly ball to left field. Carlos Lee makes the catch for out number 1. Al Kaline steps to the plate, batting .261, 6 homers and 16 RBIs so far. And there's a rocketed shot up the middle, and it's going to be a double. Al Kaline, it's his 4th double of the season. 1-out double. So that's going to bring up Rocky Colavito, batting .280, 4 homers and 8 RBIs so far. And Cardwell strikes him out. So that's a big out. We got 2 outs, and Pablo Sandoval, .271 hitter, 2 homers and 7 RBIs. And there's a shot over the Tejada's head into the gap, and Agee's going to have to play it off the wall, and Sandoval hits an RBI double, makes it 1-0 Canada A's. And Roy Smalley steps to the plate. Smalley, .247 average with 6 homers and 11 RBIs. He's cooled off some since the first week or 2 of the season. Here's the pitch. And there's a shot to the gap. He's going to have extra bases. Agee throws a second. It's not in time. It's another RBI double. For this one for Roy Smalley, his 10th double of the season. And here comes Ben Zobrist. .225 average, 3 homers, 11 RBIs. And there's a shot, fly ball to center field, and Agee's there to make the catch to retire the side, but they get 2 runs on 4 hits and no errors. And after 2, it's 2-0 Canada A's. And here is Newhouser to face Hunter Pence, who's 164 average, 2 homers and 10 RBIs. The averages really not jumping off the page for the Edmonton Express here. That's all I can really say about it. I would like to see an Edmonton Express and the Long Island Legends game. That would be pretty interesting. And that was a strikeout, number 4 for Newhouser. And here comes Ken Boswell, the DH, batting 125, no homers and an RBI. And there's a line drive. Sandoval grabs it, throws to first for the out, number 2. And Edmonton Express have not even had a base runner so far. They've had 8 straight outs. Here's Jerry Grote. There's a ground ball to Smalley. Throws to first for out number 3. Another third 1-2-3 inning in a row. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and Ricky Henderson will lead off against Cardwell. And he walks him. So Ricky's dangerous on the bases. And we'll see if he gets the green light to go here. Ted Simmons at the plate. No, he doesn't go. And there's a line drive to Kaz Matsui and the throw back to first. And they got Henderson. They doubled him up. So 2 outs. Nice play by Matsui to flip to Thornton in time to get the double play. So he's erased off the bases, and his Albert Pujols with 2 outs now. There's a line drive, and Buddy Bell makes a snag. So we get the end of the third, 2-0 Canada still, and here comes Edmonton trying to get a runner on base or something, some kind of activity here on the offensive side. The pitch to Matsui. There's a ground ball to short. It's going to be close. Throw to Pujols. It's in plenty of time, actually, and there's number 1. And the pitch to Buddy Bell. And there's a pop-up. Sandoval's getting under it, and he will make the catch for out number 2. And Carlos Lee gets to the plate, 0 for 1. And there's a ground ball to Smalley, makes the play over to Pujols, out number 3. So after 4 hitless innings, Canada comes up at the bottom of the 4th for Dave Winfield, 0 for 1 to face Cardwell. And there's a pop-up in foul territory. Buddy Bell's running for it, and it looks like he might have the room, and he makes the play out number 1. And here comes the pitch to Al Kaline. And here's a fly ball to right field. Hunter Pence doesn't really have to move, makes the catch for out number 2. And Rocky Colavito steps to the plate, 0 for 1. And he strikes him out. So Caldwell's keeping him in the game, even though the offense is not there yet. So we go to the top of the 5th. Tommy Agee leads off for Edmonton Express. And here's the first base runner of the game as Newhouser walks his first batter. So Agee's on first, and Andy Thornton takes the plate. 0 for 1 so far. And here's a pickoff chance, and he's safe. And here's the pitch to Thornton. Strikes him out, number 5. And Miguel Tejada comes to the plate. 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball to right field. Winfield is there, makes the catch. Agee has to go back to first. 2 out now, and Hunter Pence comes to the plate. 0 for 1 today. And there's a grounder to third. Sandoval picks it up, throws to first, and again, a Newhouser no-hitter alert as we go to through 5 innings. Edmonton Express have 0 hits and 1 base runner. So here's the pitch to Pablo Sandoval from Caldwell. There's a shot down the line. It's going to be extra bases as Carlos Lee has to run into the corner to get it. Throws to second base, but not in time. Sandoval, his second double today, his 5th of the season. Here's Roy Smalley up the plate. He is 1 for 1 also with a double and an RBI. And here's a base hit through the hole on left side, and Sandoval's going to have to stay at third, and we have first and third with no outs. And here comes Ben Zobrist, who's 0 for 1. And there's a base hit into right field. Hunter Pence up with it, and Smalley's going to stay at second base. Well, first and second, nobody out. 3-0. And here comes Ricky Henderson. And here's a little soft dribble to Buddy Bell. Going to throw across. We'll get Henderson at first, but the runners move up a base, so it's now second and third with 1 out. And Ted Simmons is up 1 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. And there's a shot into the hole, base hit. 1 run is in, and that's all that's going to happen. So it's first and third, 1 out, 4-0 now, Canada A's. Albert Pujols is up at bat. And there's another base hit. The hits are just coming. Don Caldwell seems to have lost whatever kind of edge he had, and it's now first and third, 5-0. 3 runs in the inning so far, only 1 out so far, and here's Dave Winfield. And Grote's going out to talk to Caldwell and see what happens. And he strikes out Winfield, so they got together there on the signs, and it's 2 outs now for Al Kaline. And here's a long drive. That's deep and far to right field into the second deck. Home run, number 7, 3-run home run, Al Kaline, and is now 8-0 with a 6-run 5th inning. And Don Caldwell should be it for him. Let's see what happens. Rocky Colavito's at the plate, and he's staying in. They're keeping him in there. Grounds to first. Thornton goes over to the bag and finally ends the inning. It's 8-0. Canada A's. So here comes Ken Boswell to face Newhouser. Strikeout number 6. Jerry Grote comes up. He walks. Second base runner of the game for Edmonton. Here's Kaz Matsui. And is a wild pitch. And Grote goes to second. Pitch to Matsui. Here's a grounder back to Newhouser over to Pujols, and Grote's going to go to third. Not even going to try to look at him because it's up to eight runs. Here's Buddy Bell. 0-2, obviously. Here's a line drive to Sandoval. It makes a great play over to first, and it's going to drop. It's an error on Sandoval. Keeps the no-hitter intact, but a run scores. It's now 8-1, Canada. And Carlos Lee is up at the plate. Here's the pitch. And there's a grounder to Zobrist. He makes a great play to end the inning, keeps the no-hitter intact, and it is after 5.5, it's 8-1, Canada. And here comes Paul Ruschel is going to come in to pitch, and here's Pablo Sandoval. Line drive to AG, and he makes the play. Great play for AG. Number 2 of the season. Here comes Roy Smalley. And there's a grounder to short. Tejada up with it. Makes the throw to first for out number 2. First time Smalley's been retired today. And here comes Zobrist, who's 1 for 2. And he walks Zobrist. And here comes Ricky Henderson, 0 for 2 so far. I think he has, let's see, he walked once, and there's a line drive right to Tejada for the third out. And we go to the top of the 7th. Newhouser no alert. Here we go. Tommy Agee comes to the plate. Strikeout number 1. Andy Thornton comes to the plate. And here's a long drive. This could do it for the no, and it does, as it's off the wall. Double for Thornton, so it breaks up the no in the 7th inning. So not a bad round of applause for Hal Newhouser as he goes 6 in the third innings, and with no hits, but then he finally gives up one to Andy Thornton. So that brings up Miguel Tejada. Andy walks Tejada. So we get some runners on base here for Hunter Pence. Here's a line out to Smalley, and everybody stays where they are. So we got 2 outs, and Ken Boswell's up. Here's the pitch. And he strikes him out. So that's 3 outs, and here comes the national take me out to the ball game. It's a nice rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game. So Paul Ruschel takes to the mound against Ted Simmons. Ruschel played with the Indians, according to his picture on his card, and looks like the BTK killer. So here comes Ted Simmons to the plate, and here's the pitch. There's strike 3, and there's 1 out. And here's Albert Pujols. Hey, grounds it to Tejada. Tejada's deep in the hole, throws across to Thornton in time for out number 2. And here comes Dave Winfield, 0 for 3 in the game so far. So he pops up weakly behind the plate. Grote should have enough room, and he does make the play, and that's the end of the inning. And we go to the 8th, and it's still 8-1 Canada. And there's a strikeout number 9 for Newhouser. He's really on top of his game here. And here's Matsui. And this grounded to Smalley, throws over to Pujols. Pujols is a lot of work today. Out number 2, Buddy Bell comes to the plate and grounds to Pujols again and takes it himself. Out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 8th, and it's 8-1 Canada. And here's Al Kaline, who hit a 3-run home run earlier. It's a shot to Tejada, over to Thornton for out number 1. Rocky Colavito's up. Here's the pitch. Grounded to Thornton. Grabs it himself, takes it to the bag, out number 2. And Pablo Sandoval. Here's a base hit. Sandoval's had a great day today. I think that's his 3rd hit of the day. 2 doubles, I believe, and a single. So he's been a tough out today. Here comes Roy Smalley, who's also tough. 2 for 3 with an RBI and a double. And it is a base hit. Could be extra bases. It will be extra bases. A double, it's going to score Sandoval, so it's 9-1. Second double for Smalley today. So the bottom of the order getting it done. Canada. And here's Ben Zobrist. And there's a floater into right field for a base hit. We'll see if Smalley comes home, and he is. And there's the throw, and he's going to be safe. And Zobrist is going to go to second, and he's safe. So 10-1 now. 2 outs. Zobrist at second. Here's the pitch to Ricky Henderson. Here's a fly ball to center field. AG has it for the out. And we go to the top of the ninth. Newhouser staying in there. 1 hitter so far against Carlos Lee. Here's a grounded to Zobrist. Another great play to Pujols. Zobrist now with his second great play today and his 7th of the season. Here comes Tommy Agee. Walks Agee. So Newhouse has done great today, but he's had 4 walks. That's the only blemish you could put on his game. Here comes Andy Thornton. Has the only hit of the game for Edmonton. It is a grounded Sandoval to Zobrist for 1. Pujols is 2. Double play ends the game. It's 10-1 thrashing by the Canada A's. What can you say about Hal Newhouse's day? 1 hitter, 4 walks, only 1 run given up, and that was unearned on an error, and he gets the win. Codwell goes to 1-2. Newhouser gets his 4th win of the young season. And Al Kaline, 3-run home run, broke it open. Sandoval and Smalley was solid with 3 hits apiece. And again, the only, if you call it a bright spot, is the one hit for Thornton, the double. So it's a real test, show of strength there by Canada Ace tonight. So there's the first game. And let's just go to that's going to bring Canada to 16-9, Edmonton to 6-14. So next game, we're going to go to T-ville in Dallas. Dallas is a surprising 14-8 after finishing, I believe, in the bottom of the division last season. And let's see, it's going to be played at Crosley Field. And we have, let's see, right-hander. Let's see if they have anybody versus right. Yep. And the opponent's going to be versus left. And that's not right. So we're going to have to put that in there. So we have T-ville versus of Carl Mays versus Steve Avery. All right. So we got Steve Avery. We got the T-ville Blue Bolts versus the Dallas Diamonds. Dallas is 14-8 in this young season, and T-ville is 7-17. So again, we have another haves versus the have-nots here. T-ville's used to being in the basement. They started off pretty good early in the season, but they've trailed off lately. So out in the field for the Dallas is Leon Wagner at left field, Bobby Tolan in center, Buck Freeman in right, Fred McGriff at first, Mark DeRosa at second, Brian Terrio at short, Tony Perez at third. Behind the plate is Bob Stinson, and on the mound, making in his first season in the league, is Steve Avery. I believe it's his first season. I could be wrong there. But Dallas did make the Toilet Bowl series last season, and I don't remember Steve Avery playing. So Avery is third. Doesn't have. Let's see. He's 1-0, 5.82 ERA. So, and for the T-ville Blue Bolts, we have Lou Brock leading off, Bob Watson, Maglio Ordonez, Ernie Banks, Billy Williams, Roberto Alomar, Miguel Montero, Ron Santo, and Jose Cruz to round out the lineup. So Lou Brock comes to the plate. He's batting .214 with a home run and an RBI, 6 RBIs. I'm sorry. And here's the pitch from Avery. Strike 3. Strikes him out, and brings up Bob Watson. He's only got 18 at bats and 3 for 18. And here comes the pitch from Avery. And here's a fly ball from center field. Tolan's back, and it gets it against the wall for out number 2. Here comes Maglio Ordonez, who's doing well, very well this year so far. 324, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. Here's the pitch to Ordonez. And he strikes him out for number 2. So that's the end of the first, top of the first. And that brings up the bottom of the first. T-ville Blue Bolts, outfield, looks like Jose Cruz in left, Lou Brock at center, Maglio Ordonez in right, Bob Watson at first, Roberto Alomar at second, Ernie Banks at short, Ron Santo at third, and Miguel Montero behind the plate for Kyle Mays. And for for Dallas Diamonds, their batting order looks like this: Bobby Tolan, David Justice at DH, Tony Perez, Fred McGriff, Leon Wagner, Mark DeRosa, Buck Freeman, Ryan Terrio, and Bob Stinson. Here we go with Kyle Mays. I can't be 2-4 this season already, but it looks like his record is 2-4. And that's quite a few decisions already in the season, but that's his record. So here we go. And Bobby Tolan comes to the plate with a 288 average. And here's a base hit to right field for Tolan. Gets on, lead runner is on, and here comes David Justice. 263 with 2 homers and 11 RBIs. And here's a ground ball to first. Watson throws to Ernie Banks, and they're not in time to get back to Watson, so it's just one out at second, fielder's choice. Here comes Tony Perez. 384 average so far, 11 home runs and 24 RBIs. He's really tearing the cover off the ball early in the season. Here comes the pitch to Perez. There's a fly ball to left field, and Cruz is going to drift back a little bit and makes the catch out number 2. And that brings up Fred McGriff, 218 average with 8 RBIs. There's a grounded hard to Alomar. Makes a great play to Watson for out number 3. That's going to do it for the end of the inning. And here comes for T-ville. We have Banks, Williams, and Alomar due up. Here's the pitch to Banks. Here's a fly ball to the gap, but Wagner's rushing over and makes the catch in the gap for out number 1. And here comes Billy Williams. And he grounds it to Perez. Great play over to McGriff for out number 2. Tony Perez with a second great play of the season. And here comes Roberto Alomar. He walks him. Avery walked him his first of the game. And brings up Miguel Montero batting .310. Here's this. Alomar goes and he steals the base. 5th stolen base of the season. And Montero gets Montero comes to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Yeah, he grounded it back to Avery, and he throws to first. Oh, and Montero beats it out. The catcher beats out an infield single back to the pitcher. So we got first and third with 2 outs, and Ron Santo comes to the plate, batting .135 with 9 RBIs. Here's throws to first, and he's safe. Here's the pitch to Santo. Strikes him out, and that goes the threat. So the top of the second is over, and it's still scoreless going to the bottom of the second. Here's Leon Wagner, followed by DeRosa and Freeman. And there's a fly ball to center field. Lou Brock there for the out number 1. And here's the pitch to DeRosa. Strikes him out. And Buck Freeman comes to the plate. Mays pitches, and he grounds to third. Santo with it, throws to first, and whoa, not in time. It's infield single for Buck Freeman. So he's at first base with 2 outs. And Ryan Terrio comes to the plate with 288 average and a home run and the 7 RBIs. And here's a ground ball to first. Bob Watson steps on the bag, and out number 3. Go to the third, 0-0. Jose Cruz comes to the plate with a 158 average. Strikes him out. Avery, number 4 of the game, brings up Lou Brock. There's a grounder to DeRosa. He makes the play over to McGriff, and he's out in time for the out. So 2 outs, and Bob Watson's up. Here's a fly ball to left field. That's going to be out number 3. Go to the bottom of the third. Bob Stinson leading off against Kyle Mays. And he walks him. And here comes Bobby Tolan, who singled in the first. Let me just make sure. Yes. Here's the pitch. Here's a foul ball. Santo going after, but it looks like it's going to be well into the stands. I'll have to do this over again. Here we go. Here's the pitch. And here's a fly ball to center field, going deep. Lou Brock shades back, but he makes the catch, and that's out number 1. And here comes David Justice, 0 for 1. There's a long drive deep to right field into the bleachers. Number 3 home run for David Justice. 2-run homer. And that's, as I mentioned, 366 feet. His 13th RBI of the season. That was a blast. Here comes Tony Perez, who's leading the league in home runs. Here's the pitch. There's a hit back to Kyle Mays. And he makes the play to Watson. So we got 2 outs. Dallas Diamonds go up 2-0 here so far. And Fred McGriff hits a fly ball. The right field Ordonez is there to make the catch to end the inning. Go to the 4th inning. It's 2-0 Dallas. There's the pitch to Ordonez. There's a shot through the hole on the left side. Ordonez is on with nobody out. Comes Ernie Banks. And there's a long drive to right field into the corner where Buck Freeman comes up with the ball out number 1 and brings up Billy Williams, the DH. 5 homers, 11 RBIs this year. 0 for 1 today. There's a shot. Avery gets it, throws to McGriff for out number 2. Ordonez goes to second. And here comes Alomar. Hey, back to Avery again. Throws to McGriff, and that's the out at the end of the inning. So it's 2-0, and here comes Dallas coming up. Leon Wagner. There's a grounder to first. Bob Watson takes it himself, out number 1. Mark DeRosa had a great playoff, toilet bowl playoff last season. He's 278 average, not too bad so far. And here's the pitch. Strikes out this time. And brings up Buck Freeman. 0 for 1 today. And he strikes out. Oh, I'm sorry, he's 1 for 1. And here comes, in the top of the 5th, we got Montero, Santo, and Cruz due up. Pitch to Montero. Foul ball. As we do it again. Strikes him out. 5th strikeout for Avery. There's Santo. And he hits a fly ball deep to right. Freeman's there, though. Makes the catch. Out number 2. Jose Cruz, the lefty, facing the lefty Avery. Here's the pitch. And here's a fly ball to right field. Freeman's there again to make the play almost at the warning track. There is no warning track here at Crosley. It's actually a hill. It's a little hill out there in right field leading up to the wall. And makes the catch for out number 3. So we go to the bottom of the 5th, and Ryan Terrio comes to the plate. 0 for 1 so far. And he strikes out. He's 0 for 2 now. 4 strikeouts for Mays. Here comes Bob Stinson. Rounded to short. Ernie Banks up with it. Throws to first for the out number 2. Here comes Bob Tolan. Grounds a single through the right side into right field for Tolan. It's his second hit of the game, I believe. And here comes David Justice, who had hit a 366-foot shot last time for a 2-run home run, driving all the offense in the game so far. So here's Justice to pitch. Here's another drive. That's going deep. This one is far and over the center field wall. Second home run of the game for Justice, and his second 2-run homer of the game, and his 4th of the season. So David Justice show tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is it's 4-0 now, and it's all David Justice. 2-run home runs. This one 390 feet. So good showing for David Justice in front of Tony Perez here. They obviously they have to pitch to Justice because they got Perez behind him, but now they have to pitch to Perez and see what happens. There's a base hit for Perez. He's on first with 2 outs. Here comes Fred McGriff. And he strikes him out. So number 5 from Mays. And has Avery taking the mound against Lou Brock in the top of the 6th. And here's a fly ball to Freeman. He's coming in and makes the catch. And Bob Watson's up. And here's a fly ball to right. Freeman's been pretty busy, and he makes the catch over there as well. So we got 2 outs. Maglio Ordonez, 1 for 2 so far. Here's the pitch. Strikes him out. Number 6 for Avery. He's pitching. He's dealing tonight. He's given up 2 hits in 6 innings. So, and here comes Leon Wagner, and Kyle Mays deals. There's a long drive. That one's out of here into right center field. Home run, the second home run of the season for Wagner. And that's 5th run of the game. 369 feet, pretty close to where David Justice put his first one. That's, 3rd home run of the game for Dallas, and they're starting to pull away here. Here's Mark DeRosa. And Herb Pennick is coming in to pitch as they're taking out Kyle Mays and to face DeRosa. And there's a shot down the line. Cruz has to chase after it, and it's going to be extra bases. DeRosa's wheeling into second with a no-out double, and it's the 6th of the season. Sorry. Here comes Buck Freeman. And there's a fly ball deep to right field. That's gone over the wall into the right field bleachers, over the 342-foot sign. And that's 361 feet. Second home run of the season for Buck Freeman. 7-0 game. This is turning into a blowout now. And Herb Pennick comes in and immediately gives up a home run. Here's Ryan Terrio. He grounds to second. Watson finally makes the first out of the inning. And Bob Stinson comes to the plate. and he grounds to third. Santo makes the play. Throw over to Watson, makes the play for out number 2. And Bobby Tolan comes up. Here's the pitch. And he grounds a single into left center field. His third hit today for Tolan. And David Justice once again comes up with a runner at first, looking for home run number 3. That would be something, huh? Here's the pitch to Justice. Oh, and it's goes the opposite direction, and it's behind home plate. Montero makes the catch for out number 3. So it's kind of anticlimactic there, but he might get another chance. We'll see what happens. Ernie Banks comes to the plate, top of the 7th. Pitch. Avery walks him, so that's the second walk of the game. Billy Williams up to the plate. Strikes him out, number 7 for Avery. Having a great game today. Roberto Alomar is up to the plate. Strikes him out, number 8. And Montero comes up. He had an infield single and a strikeout. Stinson comes out, goes over and talks to him. And there's a base hit for Montero, a second of the game. And Banks goes to third. So T-ville now threatening with 2 outs to score. And here's Santo over 2 in the game. And there's a base hit. So the T-ville Blue Bolts get on the board. Now 7-1. Montero goes to third. And here comes Jose Cruz Jr. Oh, I'm sorry, Jose Cruz. And that's his strikes out for his 9th strikeout. Avery is on top of this game. All right. We don't need that flourish at the end every time. And Tony Perez is up, hits a fly ball to center field, and out number 1. I put the link on the chat once more in case anybody wants to join me, because so far I've had 2 blowouts right now. It's not much. If anybody wants to join me and just talk about these games or anything, more than welcome. All right, so we got 1 out. Fred McGriff's up at the plate. There's the pitch. There's a grounder to Pennick. He throws to Watson for out number 2. And Leon Wagner comes to the plate. He's 1 for 3. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to right field, and Ordonez makes the catch out number 3. So we go to the top of the 8th. Steve Avery against Lou Brock. Lou Brock is 0 for 3. Excuse me. Grounds to third. Oh, this is going to be a close play. Lou Brock is out, though. Perez makes a strong throw out number 1. Bob Watson comes up to plate. And he shoots it right up in the telephone booth, and Bob Stinson makes the catch for out number 2. And Raguelio Ordonez comes to the plate, and he strikes out, 10th strikeout of the game for Avery. He's having a masterful game, 2 masterful pitching efforts in the 2 games so far tonight. One by Newhouser, one by Avery. And Mark DeRosa comes to the plate to face Pennick. Here's the pitch. Walks him. And there's nobody out. Runner on first. Buck Freeman. He grounds to Alomar. Alomar only played a Watson at first. DeRosa goes to second. And Ryan Terrio comes to the plate. There's the pitch. Grounds weakly to Watson. Flips to Pennick, who's covering first. And DeRosa goes to third. We got 2 outs now. Bob Stinson's up. Walks Stimson. So... And brings up Bobby Tolan, who's 3 hits today. He's got a single, and a single. And he scored twice on home runs by David Justice. So who immediately followed him. Here's looking for his 4th hit of the day. Let's see what happens. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball. It's going to stay in the ballpark. Lou Brock makes the catch. David Justice probably will not get another chance to hit his 3rd home run of the game, but Steve Avery looks like, let's see if he stays in here to face Ernie Banks. He does. And there's a long drive. Ernie Banks puts one over the left field wall. So rounds the bases for run number 2 for T-ville. Kind of garbage time, if you ask me. Here comes Billy Williams here. Avery Pitches to Williams, and he hits a fly ball to center field. Tolan's there, makes the catch, out number 1. Avery has 10 Ks so far in this game. Here's the pitch. He walks Alomar, so he's testing his arm, and the manager's thinking about taking him out now that he's given up another home run. Let's see. Nope. He pitches to Montero, strikes out number 11. Steve Avery putting on a masterful strikeout display. And here comes Santo. And here's a fly ball to left field. That's going to do it. 7-2 victory for Dallas Diamonds over T-ville. Dallas continues to impress, moves to 15-8. T-ville drops to 7-18. Bobby Tolan 3 for 5. David Justice is the man of the game with 2 for 4 with 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Buck Freeman 2 for 4. Ernie Banks had the home run for T-ville. Kyle Mays drops to 2 and 5. Avery gets his second win of the season. Again, 11 strikeouts. He's the player of the game, even though Justice hit 2 home runs. So that tells you all you need to know how important that was. So there's the game number 2. I guess we'll do another one here. Moving right along here. It's 40 minutes in, and we got 2 games done. All right. So the next game on the docket is St. Pete versus Hadley Lake. This another haves versus have-nots. We got Hadley Lake, who's got an incredible 18-5 record. Again, St. Pete is 8-17. So if anybody wants to come on, please. I'm just begging you over here. Just kidding. I guess we're going to get going with this one. I don't think we have Will Toole on here, or I don't see him, or Joe Murdy from St. Pete. But we'll just do the best we can with their lineups and hope that they're right. Eric Bedard versus Rube Waddell. Oh, Rube Waddell, this will be a treat. Rube Waddell, it's talking about strikeouts. Steve Avery had 11. We'll see if Rube Waddell can eclipse that number in this game. I just want to make sure we got a lefty lineup here. Yep. And we'll do the righty. Oh, Waddell's a lefty too. Okay, so. All right. I want to make sure that's right. Okay. Here we go. Dave Lando's here in the studio with the video going.
Since you're so desperate for company, I thought I'd join.
Thanks for joining, Dave. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. We got a hell of a game here.
Yeah, Rube Waddell.
Against Lake. What the hell got into them?
I know, really. We'll see what happens. You got the TV on in the background, I see. All right.
Yeah, the volume's down though.
Yeah, we're here at Turner Field. And as I mentioned, the Hadley Lake Hammers are 18-5. St. Pete's 8-17. The Hammers are home, and they're home whites. Pullovers with the 2 buttons Henley thing going on there. And St. Pete Sharks have their away blue and gold. Blue and gold. So here we go. Rube Waddell. Well, first of all, let's start with the defense. Bobby Veach, probably one of the best players on Hadley Lake, is starting in left field. Ty Cobb, the best player probably in Hadley Lake, is in center field. Willie Keeler. Now I know why this team is doing so well. This is what a lineup they have already. In right field, Rudy York at first base, Eddie Stanky at second, Ted Sizemore at short, George Brett at third. Behind the plate is Mike McFarland. Wow. And on the mound is Rube Waddell. Who would have thought Rube Waddell would be thrown to Mike McFarland? Anyway, so we got in the batting order, we got for St. Pete, we got Willie Wilson leading off, Bobby Richardson batting second, Raul Mondesi, Jose Canseco, Tim Wallach, shoeless Joe Jackson makes his appearance, first time in one of my broadcasts, Paul Canerco, Marty Marion, and Ray Schalk at catcher. All right. So
I'd like to interject by saying a league like this shouldn't exist where Rube Waddell can pitch to Mike McFarland.
Yeah, it's interesting. Rube Waddell's probably just looking at
and there shouldn't be any
contempt. Trade. Rube Waddell's looking in there, contempt at his catcher. He's like, who is this guy?
No trading.
Yeah,
although I would take Waddell if he offered it to me.
No trading in the draft league.
No drafting in a trade.
No trading in a draft league, as the former manager of the Deerfield Beach team had told us. So Willie Wilson's up at the plate with 219 average, 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Waddell. And it's a walk. So,
Oh, that's a double.
yeah. Willie Wilson's on first, 95% there. So here's Bobby Richardson, 272 with 2 homers and 12 RBIs. The pitch. Here he goes, Wilson, and he's safe. Correctly predicted by Dave Lando.
He
here
used to be a Fred, so I'm very familiar with Willie Wilson.
Yeah, there he goes. Bobby Richardson takes the power. And there's a shot up a single up the middle. Willie Wilson's going to stay at third, though. Wow.
You don't want to
Doesn't want to test the
arm at center field. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we got first and third now, surprisingly, against Waddell and Mondesi. Raul Mondesi's up 270 with 9 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Ooh, there's a weak pop-up to first base. Rudy York settles under it and makes the
Wilson
play.
Will still tag up and score.
No. Yeah. Jose Canseco is up, batting 157, paltry 157, with 5 homers and 9 RBIs. And here's the pitch. There's the first strikeout for Waddell.
Training to become a news anchor.
Yeah. Tim Wallach up to the bat, 205 average. Oh my goodness! Tim Wallach goes a yard deep over the left center field fence for a 3-run home run. That's a surprising start for St. Pete, as Tim Wallach hits his 4th home run.
He almost hit the fucking bull.
Yeah, it's a 438 feet. Oh, what a blast. Looking at Tim Wallach, he doesn't look like he could hit anything 438 feet, even if he had like a rocket on the bottom of that. Anyway, so here we go.
Tell you, the steroid era is a miracle of science.
Joe Jackson leads up, comes up to the plate after that. Rube Waddell's looking a little angry after that pitch. Here we go. And he strikes out Joe Jackson. So 3-0 lead early for St. Pete as the Hadley Lake Hammers come to the plate. Ty Cobb leading off, 303 average, 2 homers, 8 RBIs. And he grounds it, base hit up the middle. So first hit for Cobb of the game and the leadoff hit for Hadley Lake. And we got a runner at first, and Harry Heilman coming up to the plate, 200 hitter. Here's the pitch. And Cobb takes off, throw to second, safe. Stolen base number 10. He says, Willie Wilson, anything you can do, I can do better. So,
oh, yeah.
Here comes the pitch to Heilman again with Cobb at second. Here's a fly ball to center field. It's going to stay in the park. Willie Wilson's got it, and Ty Cobb is going to stay at second. And George Brett comes to the plate, 264 and 2 homers and 17 RBIs. And here's a fly ball to center field. That's also playable for Wilson. And Cobb's also, he's going to test the arm, and he's out at third.
Oh!
Willie Wilson says, anything you can do, I can do better.
What a gun on Wilson.
Wow, that was amazing. So double play, fly out, throw him out at third base. It's a very exciting play, and it keeps the Hamlers off the board, or potentially off the board. It's 3-0 after 1. So here we go. It could be a very interesting game here. Paul Konerko, 7 home runs, 11 RBIs this year. Nothing to sneeze at this early. Here comes the pitch from the lefty Waddell. And strikeout number 3.
Oh, Paulie
and Marty Marion.
Whoa. But Paulie doesn't have to move for anybody.
Marion grounds the stanky. Put some stank on it over to York, and out number 2. And Ray Shaw comes up. What do you call a definition of a light hitting catcher? 143, 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch. There's a fly ball. Cobb has it. Oh, that looks. Of course, knowing my luck with the whole Dave Sachs incident last night, and
he would have hit a home run.
Yeah,
Blasted one out.
That's a story for another time. But we go to the top. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 St. Pete. Here's Bobby Veach, 377 average, 3 homers and 8 RBIs. And here's the pitch from Bedard. Grounded to Richardson, plays over Konerko, out number 1. Rudy York. Wow, he's hitting 175. 9 home runs, though. 19 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Grounded to Marion. Marion throws over to first, and he's safe for the infield single. Rudy York.
That's the first and last time Rudy York has ever had an infield single.
And Ted Sizemore, the shortstop, playing in, again, another player you wouldn't think would be starting in Field of Dreams League is starting in the Field of Dreams League. So his Ted Sizemore, I don't know if his dad was Tom Sizemore or if his dad of Tom Sizemore, but we'll see what happens.
Not anymore.
Loved him in Saving Private Ryan. Anyway, so here we go. Eric
And
Bedard pitches to Sizemore. And York goes and he steals a base. So not only does he beat out an infield single, he steals second base for his first.
What in the world is happening right now?
I don't know. And the pitch to Sizemore with York at second. And Sizemore lines to Marion and is out number 2. And Willie Keeler comes to the plate with 298 average. Here's the pitch. And grounds it through the right side. Mondesi comes up with it. And York's going to come home and test the arm. And he's safe while York steals a base. No, infield single, steals a base and beats out the extra base. The throw from Mondesi to give the Hammers the first run of the game. Willie Keeler has an RBI single.
I think Pete Rose stole Rudy York's uniform and is just playing in it.
Yeah. And Mike McFarland grounds back to Bedard for out number 3. So the Hammers get one back. It's now 3-1. And here comes Willie Wilson. Again, he walked in the first inning. And he grounds it weakly to first. York flips to Waddell covering for out number 1. And Bobby Richardson comes up. Oh, he is 1 for 1. Here's the pitch. He grounds it to Waddell, throws to York for out number 2. And Raul Mondesi, 0 for 1 today. And strikes out. So we go to the bottom of the third. Eddie Stanky up.
The Stankster.
And he does not have an official at bat, apparently. Ed grounds to Bedard and throws to Konerko for out number 1. Ty Cobb singled up the middle, first at bat. Here's the pitch. Yeah, he walks him.
That's a double.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. Yeah. Heilman's up, and he lines it to Richardson, and Cobb gets back in time. So it's 2 outs. George Brett's up, 0 for 1, and here's the pitch. And he lines it to Konerko, and he stabs it for out number 3. So here we go. Top of the 4th, 3-1, St. Pete. Here's the pitch for Jose Canseco, 0 for 1. Second strikeout of the game. 5th for Waddell. Here's the pitch to Tim Wallach, who had a 3-run blast in his first at bat. Here we go. And here's another shot. Tim Wallach, deep fly ball, left field, out of this park. Second home run of the game for Tim Wallach. His 5th of the season. 342 feet. This one just scraped the wall, but it still goes out. It's a home run nonetheless.
Wallach in his next at bat, Mike, because Waddell's going to put one in his ear.
I think Tim Wallach was traded once or twice this season so far. So St. Pete ended up wheeling and dealing and getting this guy, and he's paying dividends in this game.
Paying off. He's no Don Drysdale, Mike.
Nope. I don't think Don Drysdale hasn't got off an airplane in the last 2 weeks. I think he's just been he's been midair and all these. He hasn't played a game yet, has he?
Don Amelia Earhart Drysdale.
Yeah. So here comes Joe Jackson against to face Rube Waddell. Rube Waddell's given up 4 runs and 2 home runs, and Waddell strikes out his 6th batter. And here comes Konerko with 2 outs. And he hits a shot to the shortstop. Sizemore makes the play to York for out number 3. So St. Pete gets the run back that Hadley Lake scored earlier, and it's now back to a 3-run lead, 4-1 after 3.5. And here comes Bobby Veach from Bedard. Here's a base hit to Mondesi. Veach turns first and heads back, and we got one on with nobody out. And here's Rudy York, 1 for 1. And there's a long drive. That's gone. Rudy York hits a shot to left field right around the foul pole, and that's number 10 of the season. 346 feet.
Having himself a ball game.
Yes, he is. He figured he didn't want to steal bases this time, so he just put one out of the park.
Yeah, it's easier just to walk the bases.
Yeah. Well, here comes Ted Sizemore trying to follow that up. 4-3 game now, and he strikes out. Eric Bedard's first strikeout of the game. And here comes Willie Keeler. He strikes out. Oh, Bedard's pissed off now. He's got 2 straight strikeouts. Mike McFarland comes to the plate, 0 for 1. And he lines it to Mondesi, and Mondesi makes a great play for out number 3, but Hadley Lake gets 2 runs back. It's now 4-3 game. St. Pete in front. And coming up to bat is Marion, Schalk, and Willie Wilson. So
we got a game here, Mikey.
And Waddell strikes out his 7th. And here comes Schalk. And he pops up to third base. Brett should have this, out number 2. And Willie Wilson's up 0 for 1 with a walk. And he bunts it. I don't think it's going to work. York throws to Stanky for the out, and that's the end of the top of the 5th. And we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's still 4-3. Bedard looking strong. Here's the pitch to Stanky. And there's a base hit over the second baseman into right center. And we got a run one on, nobody out here for Ty Cobb. Pitch. There's a bunt. Ty Cobb bunts. Sacrifice bunts. Oh, we get Stanky over to second. We got some small ball with one of the game's greatest hitters of all time. And it's Harry Heilman, DHing, 191 average so far. Here's the pitch. Here's a pop up to Mary, and it's short. Underneath it, should have it, and he does. 2 outs. So George Brett comes to the plate, 0 for 2. And there's a shot blooped. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a bloop in the center field. Willie Wilson is going to throw it into the shortstop, and it's going to be a tie game here. So George Brett drives in a run, and Bobby Veach is up to the plate. And he walks him. So Bedard's kind of falling apart here. And Rudy York is back up again. I feel like he just got up like 2 batters ago, but hit a home run, 2-run homer to bring them within a run earlier. That was I think it was the last inning, 4th inning. Here's Eddie Fisher's going to come in to pitch for St. Pete. Wasn't this guy like a chess guy?
You're thinking of Bobby Fischer.
Oh, Bobby Fischer. Yeah, sorry.
Eddie Fisher is, he could be Princess Leia's father, I think. I'm not.
Yeah, a Druish princess. Okay, here we go. Rudy York. Oh, that's all we needed, a Druish princess. She doesn't look Jewish. Rudy York hits a line drive to Bobby Richardson for out number 3. Don't mind my Spaceballs commentary there. See, when Dave Lando joins the thing, I just start getting silly.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Adorable. Okay. Rube Waddell takes the mound to face Bobby Richardson in this serious 4-4 game here in the 6th inning.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the pitch.
We better buckle down.
Bobby Richardson hits a shot to deep left field. That's going.
All right, we're in an alternate universe.
That is gone.
I'm done. I quit. This is over.
Bobby Richardson hits his 3rd home run of the season. That left field porch has been pretty popular tonight, and it's now 5-4 St. Pete. So Rube Waddell's giving up 4 home runs to 3 or 4 home runs.
Think he is Mike Kilkenny?
Oh my goodness! Let me just see. There's 1 walk homer. No, sorry, 3 home runs. So amazing. Okay. Whoops. Sorry for all this extra. Okay, here we go. Raul Mondesi gets to the plate. Strikes out number 8 for the Waddell, but he's given up 5 runs so far, and probably might not be long for the game if he keeps this up. And here comes Canseco. Struck out twice already. Let's see if he does a 3rd. And he does. 9th strikeout of the game for Waddell. And here's Tim Wallach, 2 for 2, 2 home runs. Let's see if he can do any other damage against Waddell. And he walks him. He doesn't even want to pitch to him this time. That's understandable.
You know what? Should have just put one in his ear instead of walking him.
You know what?
Hit him with 1 instead of walking with 4. That's my philosophy.
Again, where in the universe in a Field of Dreams league would you think they would be like pitching around Tim Wallach to get to Joe Jackson? Anyway, but that's where we are. So here's the pitch to Joe Jackson. And he walks Joe Jackson. So he doesn't want to pitch to Jackson either. So he'll just rather go to Konerko, who's got 7 home runs in the game in the season. So Rube Waddell's doesn't have his best stuff. They will say that. Here's the pitch. And Konerko hits a fly ball. Bobby Veach is there, and that ends the inning. But St. Pete takes the lead again. They're just not going away this game. And here comes Ted Sizemore to face Eddie Fisher. And Ted Sizemore gets into the hit column for the game, and with his first hit of the game, here comes Willie Keeler. And the corners are in. There's a bunt, and Schock plays to second. Throws to first for Richardson to get the sacrifice, and Sizemore goes to second.
That is some old school baseball.
Yeah. And here comes Mike McFarland. The pitch. Here's a ground to the 3rd. Wallach makes the play to Konerko, and Sizemore is going to stay at second base. Can't go to 3rd. And here comes Stanky. Stanky, 1 for 2 today. Here's the pitch. And it's a weak grounded to Richardson. Richardson picks it up, throws to Konerko for out number 3. St. Pete goes to the top of the
Fisher to
7th.
Stanky.
Rube Waddell's at 100 pitches, 5 runs given up. Indications are he's not coming out anytime soon, but we'll see what happens. Here comes Marty Marion. And there's a base hit. Oh, he's going to second. Marty Marion, it's a double, 6th of the season. We got runner at second, nobody out. Ray Schalk coming up to the plate, light hitting. Here's the pitch. And here's a line drive. That is gone.
He blasted.
Ray Schalk.
Yeah, I've seen everything.
You got to be kidding me. Ray Schalk. Home run number 1. It's his 10th hit of the season. And it's a home run, 2-run homer off of Waddell. His 4th home run given up. This game is wild. This is like the game when Rick Camp hit that home run in like the 15th inning or whatever.
Yeah.
Ray Schalk. All right, so here we go. It's 7-4. This is wild. This is great. See, Dave, when you come on here, the games get so much fun.
Ray Schalk just blasts one into the left field seats.
This is amazing.
Cats and dogs living together. Mass hysteria.
So here comes Willie Wilson to face Waddell, and he's still facing him. And Willie Wilson goes deep. That's gone. Willie Wilson teeing off. 5th home run Waddell's given up. So Hadley Lake Hammers are getting hammered by the St. Pete offense. Rube Waddell's got to come out soon, you would think. First home run of this. That's 2. Ray Schalk and Willie Wilson. Welcome to the home run club this season, boys. Turn of field, the launching pad number 2. And here comes Bobby Richardson, who also went yard earlier. Oh, and Bill Castro is coming into the mound as Waddell's taking some pine here. Bill Castro is now pitching.
Who?
Bill Castro, 6 innings pitched, 1 save this season so far. Here's the pitch, Richardson. And here's a ground ball to third. Brett comes up with it, throws across, and Richardson's got out for out number 1 of the 7th inning. Raul Mondesi, hey, buddy, you haven't had a home run. Let's see if you get one here. Here's the pitch. There's a base hit anyway.
Handed him out.
Oh, a double.
Lollipops.
All right, it's 9th double of the season for Mondesi. And here comes Canseco, 3 strikeouts. Let's see if we give him the old sombrero. No, there's a fly ball. That's going deep, but Cobb should have room for that, and he does. And Mondesi takes third base, Bailey, with a throw from Cobb, but it's 2 outs now. Runner at third.
Here comes Babe Wallach.
Yeah, Tim Wallach, 2 for 2 with 2 home runs and 4 ribbies. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive down the left field line. He's in the corner. It's going to drive in another run. Wallach is legging into second, and he's there for a double, 2nd double of the season. He's got twice as many home runs as he has doubles. So it's 9-4 game. St. Pete's blowing this game open.
And Tim Wallach in this game has passed the Tampa Bay Deluge Dodgers for hits on the season.
And Joe Jackson flies out to right to end the inning. So 4 runs in the 7th. And Ty Cobb takes the
You want American bastard.
Hey, once is good enough, you know. If you weren't here early enough to listen to the first taking out to the ball game, tough.
Yeah, I missed it. So
that's what I say. All right, here's Ty Cobb, 1 for 1, trying to get Hadley Lake. And, they're still not – I wouldn't put them out of it yet. I mean, it's 5 runs. They could – with this lineup, they could easily make that up. So we'll see what happens. Here's Fisher, who's coming in and doing pretty good job, and that means he's probably going to give up some runs this inning because I said that. Here's the pitch. And there's the walk. So there's walk number 1. Here comes Harry Heilman. The pitch. Strikeout number 1 for Eddie Fisher. Searching for Eddie Fisher. And here comes George Brett. And there's a line drive to Willie Wilson, and he can't get it. He trapped the ball, and it's a base hit. So Bobby Veach is up with 2 on, 1 out. And it's getting a little interesting here again. So here's the pitch. And there's a ground to the third. Wallach tags third base, throws to first, and they don't get him in time. So they get one. They get the force out at third, and there's 2 outs now, and Rudy York's up. He's 2 for 3.
Everything, friends.
Here's the pitch to Rudy York. He has a grounded to Wallach again. He says, "I'll get it at the third out this time," and he throws to Richardson for the force out. And that's the go to the top of the eighth now. It's 9-4. St. Pete. Paul Canerco comes to face Castro. And there's a right back to Castro over to York for out number 1. And Castro looks like he's reaching his limit. Marty Marion's up 1 for 3. And he walks him. And that brings up Ray Schalk, 1 for 3 with a home run.
Here comes Ray Jimmy Fox Schalk.
Brings his average up to 152 with that home run. Here we go. Oh my goodness, there's a fly ball. That's high and deep. But Cobb, oh my God, he still has that. So wow, that gave that a ride, but came up a little short.
Trade for Ray Schalk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
2 outs, and here's Willie Wilson, who hit a home run earlier. And there's a base hit for Wilson. And Marty Marion's going to take third. And that's hit number 10 for St. Pete. 9 runs on 10 hits. You can just see what the home runs have done for them. And here's Bobby Richardson, who is 2 for 4. And Steve Mingori is going to come in to pitch. Mingori sour is a pretty good drink. All right, here we go.
I have nothing. I got no Mingori.
And here's a ground ball. It should be foul. No, I guess not. Rudy York was had his toes over the line while he reached over and I don't know what happened, but that was fair ball, and that's the end of the inning. So Ted Sizemore comes to the plate, 1 for 3 against Eddie Fisher. The pitch. Grounded to Marion, throws over to first, and is out number 1. And here comes Willie Keeler. And he strikes him out. So Eddie Fisher's doing an really good job. In 3 innings pitched so far, 2 hits. And I don't believe he's given up a run. Or he might have. He may have given up 1 run. So here's the pitch to McFarland. Oh, my God. Mike McFarland hits a home run. This one I say he's doing a good job. So second home. And I made fun of McFarland earlier in the game. And said
all you have to do is say somebody sucks. And they're going to have a game of their life.
Like Eddie Stanky, just not having a great game today. Right? Let's see what happens. Jose Leaned is going to pitch. Oh, no, he's pinch hitting. Sorry. Jose Leaned. And he hits a base hit. So, see, even I said it. Even agreed with me when I said Eddie Stanky's not having a great game. He could take him out.
Yeah.
And his Ty Cobb, still 1 for 1 with 2 walks and a sacrifice. Here's the pitch. Oh, Cobb grounds to Marion for the force out to second. Here we go. Go to the 9th inning. The Hadley Lake Hammers have 11 hits to St. Pete's 10, but St. Pete has outrun them by 4.
They're missing a fielder on the playing field.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see who they get replaced with.
Jose Leaned.
Chico Leaned.
Yeah. Raul Mondesi comes to the plate, grounds to Sizemore, throws to first, and it's an error. Ted Sizemore, 3rd error of the season. If anything, if he can't do defense, I don't know what he's doing out there. So here's the pitch to Jose Canseco, who struck out 3 times. And here's a base hit for Canseco. Mondesi's going to third, and he's out. Mondesi gets thrown out at third by Veach. And wow. Okay, well, there's 1 out. 1 out first. Tim Wallach, 3 for 3, 235 average. That's amazing. Here's the pitch. Oh, I thought that was going to go, but it's a fly ball to Veach, and he makes the play for out number 2. And here comes Joe Jackson, 0 for 3 in the game, batting only .211 this season. That's a fly ball into the stands and out of foul territory.
Joe Jackson hit Daryl Hannah more times.
And here's the pitch, and Sizemore throws to York to end the inning. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. 4 runs are needed by the Hadley Lake Hammers to have a DH from Harry Heilman, who's, not exactly what you'd think a DH would be, but here we go. The pitch from Eddie Fisher's really taking the relief appearance here and ran with it because it's up 9-5 and he's staying in the game. Oh, no, he's not. Oh, no, Roger Maris is coming in to pinch hit.
I have one more Joe Jackson joke. He's running on empty. Okay.
Yeah. Roger Maris pops it up to second. I didn't get a chance to look at his stats. He's only hitting 157. So George Brett comes to the plate. And here's a weak pop up to the shortstop this time.
There's a drive. Oh, that was too high. Too high.
Yeah, too high. So 1 more out, and the St. Pete Sharks have a chance to upset the Hadley Lake Hammers. And here we go. Bobby Veach comes to the plate. Eddie Fisher winds and deals, strikes him out. That's the end of the game. St. Pete with a decisive victory over the Hadley Lake Hammers via the long ball. Let's go through that for a second. Let's relive this whole thing. So
This was one hell of a little league.
5 home runs for St. Pete in this game. 1 by Willie Wilson, 1 by Bobby Richardson, 2 by Tim Wallach, and 1 by Ray Schalk. Yes, folks, Ray Schalk. So 3 for 4 for Tim Wallach, 5 ribbies. And that only brought his average up to 232. So that just shows you how much of a surprise this game was to me anyway. And from the Hadley Lake side, they got home runs from McFarland and Rudy York. And Bedard did a pretty decent job. I mean, he pitched for 2/3 innings, so he wasn't in line for the win. Eddie Fisher did a great job. 1 earned run in 4 1/3, and he gets the win. Rube Waddell gets his first loss of the season. Forgettable performance, really. 8 earned runs, 5 home runs given up. So, I mean, 3 walks, 9 strikeouts. So, really, not much else to say there. The MVP was, you guessed it, Tim Wallach. So, great acquisition by the Hadley Lake Hammers, at least for this game. And that will do it. So we can do one more game if you want. I mean, I can do 4. I mean, it's only 10, 11.
You know what we need in here, Mike? You need to post the StreamYard link again, so we can get maybe some Jamie, some Buckshot.
Well, yeah, but nobody's joined. I've posted 3 times.
I think we're gonna have some fun in here. I think they're gonna join.
We'll see. Should I play?
Unless Jamie's watching TV and he's got to be real quiet,
Yeah, there's Telemundo in the background.
We got Casa de Pepe.
We got Long Island Legends and Lehigh Lizards on deck here. I don't mind going to the 4th game. It'll make things that much easier tomorrow for Bernie and for Buckshot. And it is St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, so maybe the less workload the better, because people might be inundated with booze. So if anybody wants to join, anybody have any opposition to running a 4th game here? Please throw up a chat.
I think we're okay.
Throw up a gang sign in the chat if you want. Let me know. Is anybody even alive in the chat? I don't know.
Love of Despair. Show us. Put a little Eddie Stanky on it.
All right. Go for it. All right. Beatles Eternally says go for it.
Get to the chopper.
All right. Here we go. Long Island Legends versus the Lehigh Lizards at Wrigley Field today, folks. I don't have the Lehigh Lizards signage on this Wrigley Field, but Legends is coming. Let's see. They're going to do computer. Johan Santana will face Max Lanier. So let's see what they got. Lefty versus lefty.
It's a good lefty matchup today.
Yeah, here we go. So
I predict Albert Bell is going to have himself a game.
What's that?
I predict Albert Bell is going to have himself a game. He's my pick to click.
All right, well, let's look at the lineups here for the Lehigh Lizards. Disappointing 13-11 record, considering the boasting that was going on before the season started by Lehigh manager and commissioner of the league, Steve Tate. But here's Sherry McGee in left field. Willie Mays. Sherry McGee, who had him? Was that you or was that Chico?
Of course it was me. I've had every fucking league.
Okay. Yeah. Willie Mays at center. Kevin Bass in right. Jeff Bagwell making his season first appearance in the league this season. Biggio, Concepcion, Davenport, third base. Behind the plate is Russell Martin. Max Lanier is going to be on the mound.
I had him too.
Yeah. and for the Long Island Legends, this is the team we played the other night. We have Jose Reyes, Eddie Murray, Albert Bell, David Wright, Ken Singleton, Carlos Beltran, Zach Wheat, Carlos Baerga, and Sandy Alomar. And I remember making a comment that the averages here were low, so I'll try not to comment on that too much. So here we go. Max Lanier faces Jose Reyes, who's I have to go through the averages at least the first time. So it's 195. Let's see how many are below the Mendoza line.
I see we
So
got Darth
here's the
Tate
pitch.
in the stadium today too.
Grounded to Concepcion Bagwell for out number 1. Yep. The Darth Tate's here. Yeah, there he is.
Power of the lizards. Look, they just injured Jose Reyes. Just with the mind.
Oh. Well, they said it's
A little forced choke on Jose Reyes. Nice job, Steve. Way to go.
Eddie Murray, 234 average, 2 home runs. Here's the pitch. And there's a shot to the gap. That's going to be extra bases. Eddie Murray's in there with his double. Long Island Legends are 7-14 this season, by the way. Looking to improve that record here tonight. And here comes Albert Bell.
He's going yard.
Dave Lando's pick for player of the game here, early pick. Here's the pitch. And there's a weak grounder to Biggio. So in safe, he beats off the infield single. So he really hustled down the line when he heard
put on a jetpack and got down to first.
I almost was going to say, if you count just moving over runners to with outs, a player of the game, that'd be tough to get, but he beats out the infield single. So it's first and third, 1 out, and David Wright comes to the plate. Here's the pitch. And there's a weak pop up to third base, and the runners are going to have to go back to their bases as Davenport comes down with it for out number 2. And Ken Singleton comes to the plate. 217 average. Here's the pitch. Here's a grounder. Concepcion makes the play to Biggio of out number 3, so nothing happens. And we go to the bottom of the first and go through the defense for Long Island. We have Bell in left field, Carlos Beltran center, Ken Singleton at right field, Eddie Murray at first, Carlos Baerga at second, and we will have to figure out who's going to play short. David Wright at third, Alomar behind the plate, and it's Johan Santana in the mound. And let's see, third at shortstop, Vizquel is going to take over. So I'll tell you, Legends loves the modern players and seems to have disdain for the dead ballers, as Zach Wheat's the only player and he's the DH, so he doesn't even want him out in the field. So Santana is 2-0 this season with a 2.12 ERA, so watch out for this guy. He can definitely throw. And here comes Craig Biggio, batting 300 this season. Here's the pitch. Rounded to Murray. Murray flips to Santana, who rushes over to cover and is out number 1. Kevin Bass with a 441 average. 15 for 34, 2 home runs, 8 RBIs. Here's the pitch from Santana.
In the green room, Michael.
Oh, yeah, buckshot. There's the pitch. Right. Oh, Bass beats out a single. So poor play by Vizquel, who just came on the game. It was probably a little cold. Hey, buckshot.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's up, buckshot?
How you doing,
I want to know, did we witness Ray Shock's one and only home run of the season, or is he seeing Ryan Braun's private physician now?
Is that? I don't know. Who knows?
He was seen in the Balco headquarters the other day. I'm not sure what that means.
I thought you were going to say, did we witness this one and only home run of his career? But anyway, here's the pitch to Bagwell. And there's a fly ball deep to left field, but Bell is in the corner, and he makes the catch. Wow. Comes up with it. Bass has to retreat to first. There's 2 outs. Willie Mays is up.
Hartman not attending the game today.
Yeah. Willie Mays, 190, only a 194 average and 4 home runs. So here's the pitch. And there's a fly ball. That's deep, and Bell doesn't even go after it. What happened?
It turns around and
double.
Oh, I guess it hit off the wall.
Wow, Bell's like, yeah, whatever. I'm going foul or something. But apparently, Steve Botman must have threw it back in because it just came back in and he got the double. So, all right, double for Willie Mays. It's 1-0 Lehigh. Here's the pitch to Foster. Then he strikes him out. So Santana gives up a run. After 1, it's 1-0 Lehigh. And here comes Carlos Beltran, 162 average. Here's the pitch. He walks him. Beltran is a threat to steal.
Back to kill you.
Here's the Zach Wheat, the sole dead ball player at least on the starting lineup for Legends. He's batting 361 though with a home run and 16 RBI, so he's not he can definitely hit here. So here's the pitch. And Carlos Beltran, there's a strikeout, but Carlos Beltran steals the base. So it's 1 out now with the runner at second. Here's Carlos, 1 if by land, 2 if by sea, 3 if by Erga. Okay, here comes the pitch from Lanier. And he lines to Biggio, and it's out number 2, and a double play. Doubles. It looks like he must have doubled off.
Yeah,
Yep,
the chalkboard was a little
Beltran caught off second, and there's 3 outs now. So we go to the bottom of the second. Russell Martin leads off against Santana.
Not a smart play by Baerga.
David Wright makes the play to first. Yeah. Well, number 1, and here comes Jim Davenport. He's batting 229. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to center field. Beltran runs back a little bit and makes the catch. Sherry McGee, 0 for 11 this season. Not a good acquisition so far from Dave Lando's team, but we'll see what happens. The season's still early. Here's the pitch. Here's a fly ball to the left, and Bell doesn't have to move for this one either, but he can make the catch at least. So that's 3 outs, and we go to the 3rd inning, and here's Sandy Alomar Jr. And there's a base hit. Kevin Bass plays it, and it's a poor play by Biggio somehow. He couldn't get to it, and Alomar's on first base with nobody out. Omar Vizquel comes in for Jose Reyes, and this is his first at bat of the game. Here's the pitch. Oh, pickoff attempt. He's safe. Here we go. Vizquel bunts it. Alomar is going to – oh, it looks like Bagwell tagged Vizquel, and he gets Alomar over safely, so it's a sacrifice hit for Vizquel. Excuse me. And here's Eddie Murray to face Max Lemire. Murray hit a double first time at bat. And here's a fly ball. Willie Mays is under it. No problem with that one. Makes the catch, and Alomar stays at second. And Albert Bell is up, who is again, I have to remind everybody, Dave Lando's odds-on pick for the MVP this game.
Speedy
Here
Bell.
we go. And he strikes him out. So bottom of the 3rd here, 1-0 Lehigh. Santana facing Concepcion. Here's the pitch. Line drive to Beltran. Oh, ranges back over his shoulder, makes the catch. Out number 1. And here's Craig Biggio, 0 for 1 this game. And that's foul ball. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. There's another fly ball. Beltran, much easier play for him, makes the catch for out number 2. And Kevin Bass, 1 for 1, batting 457 now. Here's the pitch. And there's another base hit. He's inching towards that 500 mark already.
Is there anything that rhymes with Bass?
Yeah. Swass.
Class.
Here comes Jeff Bagwell.
Smells like.
It smells like what?
I think Yoko would chime in, would say, Schmidt happens.
Hot dog, yeah. Get your hot dog. Hot dog.
Yeah.
Where is Yoko? It's the weekend, so he's probably working. So
yeah.
So we go to the top of the 4th here. 1-0 still Lehigh Lizards. David Wright trying to get something started for the Long Island Legends. A lot of L names. Oh, there's a long drive, and that could be off the wall. It's going to be off the wall, and it's going to be a double for David Wright. A lot of, I just realized we got Long Island Legends and the Lehigh Lizards. It's a lot of L's. I wonder why. I know that the Steve Tate team should have a big L on their hat. Makes sense. But the Long Island team, the LI, so that's good. All right.
That's why you're the best in the business, Silva.
That's right. Max Lemire against Ken Singleton. Here's the pitch. And there's a shot. Base hit. This might tie the game. Nope, David Wright's going to stay at 3rd. So 3rd base coach is very conservative, keeping him there. And we got 1st and 3rd, nobody out. And Carlos Beltran's up, who has walked his only time up. Here's the pitch. And he strikes out this time. So now we got the double play in action. And Zach Wheat's up, the best, arguably one of the best hitters on the team. And here's the pitch to Zach Wheat. Yeah, so double play ball to Biggio to Concepcion for 1. For 2, they get the double play, and Long Island Legends can't take advantage of a 1st and 3rd with nobody out, and it puts up another 0 on the board. So Johan Santana is looking for some run support here, and he's not getting it. And here's the pitch to Bays. Excuse me. There's a long drive. Willie Mays. It's going to be caught by Beltran. Looked like it was going into the gap.
Beltran.
Yeah. The game agrees. That's a great play, number 6. It is George Foster.
Strikeout.
Here's a fly ball. Albert Bell's actually running for this one, and he makes the catch. Amazing what happens when you run
Albert
for it.
Bell is moving, people.
He's like, I'm the player of the game. I don't even have to run. All right, here's Russell Martin to face Santana. Here's the pitch. And here's a ground to the right throws to Eddie Murray, and it's out number 3. So you got a pitcher's duel here after 4 innings. It's 1-0 Lehigh. And here's Carlos Baerga, who got doubled off second base earlier. Here's a grounder to Lanier. Lanier takes it himself, and he's safe. Baerga.
Oh, that was a mental error by Max Lanier.
Lanier didn't want it. He couldn't get it out of his glove. I think it got stuck in the webbing, and he just had to run it over.
Tate will make him pay.
Yeah. So here comes Sandy Alomar Jr. with Baerga at first base. Let's see if they do the sacrifice bunt here. No, and Baerga runs, and he's safe. Wow. So far, I think in 4 games tonight, there hasn't been one caught stealing. I think everybody's tried to steal bases, stolen it. So here we go. Sandy Alomar Jr. with a runner in scoring position. Max Lanier at the plate. And it's a shallow fly ball to Bass. Baerga can't go anywhere. So, again, they can't advance the runner. And the guy remains at second base with 1 out this time. And his light-hitting Omar Vizquel, although he's hitting .364 in limited action this game.
You just changed it.
Here's the pitch. Vizquel, a great play by Concepcion over the bag. And Baerga goes to third base. So we got a runner at third, 2 outs. Familiar scenario for Long Island Legends. And Eddie Murray is up to the plate, who's 1 for 2. Strikes him out. So here we go again. They leave another runner. It's fifth runner left on base in the game so far. And here comes Jim Davenport to face Santana. And there's a base hit for Davenport. And that's runner on first. And here comes Sherry McGee, 0 for 1. 0 for the season so far. And here comes the pitch. And there's a base hit for Sherry McGee. Somebody's got to get his first hit sometime, right?
Sherry, baby. Here we go.
And Davenport goes to third, and Lehigh is in position to increase their lead here. Dave Concepcion at the plate. Here's the pitch. Santana is going to have to strike him out to try to help himself out here. And he does. Strikes out Concepcion. So now that brings the double play into play here. And the inning could get out of it. Here's the pitch to Biggio. And McGee is going as a rocketed to second. Baerga to first. He is. What happened? What? I came in. All right. But Biggio ground to second, forcing McGee at second. I didn't see him touch second base, but okay. So it was a force play at second. Looked like he threw it to first for the out, but run scores is 2-0. Sorry about that. Everyone, the chalkboard's a little bit
wonky.
Chalkboard spreading misinformation spreading a little misinformation. All right, so here comes Bass. 2 for 2 this game, 472 average, 17 for 36. Here's the pitch. After this pickoff attempt, and he's safe. Here we go. And there's another base hit for Bass. It's to Albert Bell. Oh, and Bell bobbles it.
Oh.
And it's an error for Bell. So there goes his. I think his chances of becoming MVP this game.
Bobbles the ball from Bass.
Yep. So second and third, 2 outs, 2-0 game. Here's Jeff Bagwell, the pitch. And that's gone. Hit far, long, and deep to left center field. 3-run blast for Jeff Bagwell, his 4th home run of the season, and 376 feet onto Waveland Avenue.
You have no idea the power.
Willie Mays is up to bat against Santana, and he hits a long fly ball. That's going far and deep, and that's on the Waveland Avenue.
Future Mike and Buckshot. What do you think?
Number 5. So Johan Santana's just decided, you know what, the hell with it, because he's there goes his ERA.
Santana ain't looking too smooth out there.
Nope. Lehigh's pitch.
Said in the chat, it's cold-blooded.
So here we go again with another blowout, 6-0. Albert Bell's up at the plate. Here's the pitch from Lanier. Here's that looks like it could be an error by Concepcion. He has problems with it. Error number 3. So runner at first and nobody else.
That's why I got rid of that bum.
Right. Lanier to Biggio to Bagwell. 1-4-3 double play.
Lanier's having himself a day, people.
Yep. Ken Singleton's up and he walks. And here comes Beltran. And Lanier makes another play to Bagwell. So that's the end of that inning. So we go to the bottom of the sixth, 6-0 Lehigh. Here comes Russell Martin. Jose Mesa's coming in to pitch. Another
That ought to lock it
90s,
down.
another 90s bat,
Yeah.
another 90s player. Here's a line drive to Murray, makes the play. And here comes Jim Davenport. Grounded to Vizquel, makes the play over to Murray for out number 2.
It's Mesa time.
Whoops. What happened here? What's going on? Sherry McGee's up. And he grounds to Vizquel and he throws. So he keeps everything in the infield. And this 3 batters he faced so far. And here comes the Long Island Legends at the top of the 7th. Zach Wheat leads off 0 for 2. And he floats that one over Concepcion's head for his first hit of the game. Brings up Baerga, who's 1 for 2. There's the pitch. Grounds to Bagwell, throws to Concepcion for 1, and they won't be able to get Baerga back at first. So it's 1 out and 1 out first, and here's Alomar. That's another double play ball. Biggio to Concepcion, but they can't get that one either. Concepcion can't make the transfer, so it's 1 out again, and 1 out first, and Omar Vizquel comes to the plate. And he grounds to Biggio as well, and he throws to Bagwell. So that's out number 3. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. And Concepcion's going to hit against Mesa for strike 3.
Bum.
Thank God you got rid of him, Buckshot. Jesus.
I'm telling you, he's useless.
Terrible.
Biggio.
Steve, don't look at your DMs. I didn't offer you anything.
Kevin Bass is 3 for 3 today, 486 average. And if he gets this one, he'll be up to 500 if I'm mistaken. He's 18 for 37. It'd be 19 for 38. Here's the pitch. It's a blasted down the right field line. It's going to be extra bases. Kevin Bass, my friends, is driving. Oh, no, Biggio's going to stay at third, so they're not going to get an extra run off that. But
Like I said, player of the game. Right in the beginning, it's on tape.
Kevin Bass,
player of the game.
4 for 4. Here's the pitch to Bagwell with second and third. Who hit it. Bagwell hit a 3-run homer earlier. Let's see if we can add on to that. And here's a fly ball. This could get another run home. Beltran gets it. Here's the Biggio's going to tag and score. So that's his 4th RBI of the game. 7-0 Lehigh. Willie Mays has a home run this game. And he flies out to center field as well. Beltran's there, makes the catch. Out number 3. We go to the 8th. 7-0. And Eddie Murray's up. He flies out to center field. Willie Mays is there. And he makes the catch out number 1. Albert Bell comes to the plate. Here's the pitch. He walks, and Bell goes to first. Oh, it could be MVP candidate right there. And here comes David Wright. He walks him. So Lanier gets 2 walks.
Lanier might be losing steam.
Yeah. I don't think he has much to worry about with this lineup here. So here's Ken Singleton. Yeah, another walk.
Oh, my
Could keep-
goodness.
Hello.
Could keep walking people, and that would do it. But all right, we've got bases loaded now. Carlos Beltran comes to the plate. Here's the pitch. And here's a fly ball. That could get a run home. Willie Mays is back, takes the catch. Bell does not tag, so they
Wow.
don't even want to try it. So
Don't
Zach Wheat's up.
that arm. Oof.
The lone dead baller on the lineup. And let's see if he does something for the Legends. And here's grounds out to Biggio, and that's the end of that. 10th left on runner left on base of the game for Long Island. They just can't get clutch hits. And here comes Mesa to face George Foster. Flies out to left. Bell's there, makes the catch.
Another bum.
Another bum.
Jeez.
Russell Martin comes to the plate, strikes him out. Mesa's doing pretty well. Dave, you were kind of panning him when he came into the game.
Well, you know.
Here comes Jim Davenport. Here's the pitch. Weakly grounded at first. Murray, great play. Flips it to Mesa, who's covering. Wow, Mesa was all over the place. 2 scoreless innings. And we go to the top of the 9th. Long Island Legends. Carlos Baerga facing Max Lanier if he's staying in there. And he is. Ground all to Concepcion, out number 1. And Sandy Alomar Jr. comes to the plate. Here's the pitch. And there's a base hit for Alomar. 8th hit of the game for the Legends. And here comes the pitch for Omar Vizquel. And Concepcion to Biggio for 1, and they cannot get 2 to end the game. So it's still going. It's 2 outs now. And Vizquel's on first, and Eddie Murray's at the plate. Here's the pitch. Strike 3, game over. Lehigh Lizards shut out Long Island Legends 7-0. Not much of a offense here for Long Island. They
One hell
I don't
of
know
a
what else
by
does.
Max Lanier.
11 left on base for Long Island. 8 hits, one error for Long Island. 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error for Lizards. And they go to 14-11. Long Island drops to 7-15. And that, folks, is our 4th game in about an hour and a half, which is pretty good time if you ask me.
That game went faster than a 40-yard dash.
Mm.
You moved that thing along.
Yeah. Seeing some highlights here. Bagwell, 3-run homer, 4 RBIs, 4 for 4 a day for Kevin Bass. Can't go. He's hitting 500 right now. He's on fire.
And
Fire.
fuego.
Willie Mays, 2 for 4 with a home run and 2 RBIs. On the Legends side, that's basically what you say for the offense. I mean, Santana was, 6 earned runs, 5 innings pitched. I mean, he was their only hope really, and he couldn't hold out for, he held out until the 5th inning, and he just kind of collapsed there. I think he just dejected after all the missed opportunities they had to score runs. So Max Lanier goes to 3-2. He had nowhere shutout innings, complete game shutout actually. So, he's star of the game, should go to Lanier, and it does. He's the MVP of the game. Looks like Reyes is only injured for the day only, so his Legends escapes that one anyway, and that's it there. So I guess we're just gonna leave it at this, and I guess we'll continue this on tomorrow. I believe Buckshot and Bernie are planning on doing more streams tomorrow to finish this day off.
Beatles
so
needs
we
to
have
get in. I think Beatles might be getting in here and doing some. I hope.
Well, we only have 4 games left, right? There's two doubleheader games which you don't have to play. So these
Right.
So we have.
But we can do more than just those, and we can do as many games we want.
Oh,
Keep
sure.
going
I mean,
from-
yeah.
yeah.
I think that the plan was to do the just to make sure every team got represented.
Right.
Try to do that as much as possible. Although I think if Long Island, if the Legends can't put some runs up on the board in one of these games, they might be banned from broadcasting. Just kidding, Legends, if you're listening. So we still have San Francisco, Manchester to go, and Liverpool at DGens, at Tampa Bay at Mid Michigan, and Vegas hosting Carpathian. So that's what we have tomorrow. So I would imagine not Chico Buckshot, you'd be taking the Vegas game. I don't even think it matters if you play your own team, because if you're not making any manager decisions, it really doesn't matter if you just click and see.
No, but I owe Bernie a fielder on the mound. So
What do you mean?
well, he had my lineup all messed up today. So I told him tomorrow when I do his game, fielder's going to be on the mound, and Messersmith is going to be at shortstop.
Messerschmitt. What happened here? What happened?
No, he hit the wrong button for the lineup and had my lineup wrong. But I'm just messing with Bernie.
Oh, okay. So, okay.
But there was 2 guys. Greer doesn't play first base, and
Greer should
Bartlett should have been in for shortstop, not Scott.
Yeah, well. Yeah, what are you gonna do? Bernie's up at 4 a.m. You got to give him a break.
Exactly.
All right, so that's it for that. So there won't be any simming of any other games, but the standings don't really change much. Hadley Lake, St. Pete gains a game, up 10 games now. Let's see, Dallas goes to 15-8, so they're a game ahead of Berlin and Manchester. Bless you.
Thanks.
And who else did we play? Oh, Long Island is 7-15. They're in last place, and Lehigh gains a half game on Chico's. So they're still three games back. So that's it, man. Anything else, guys? I mean,
thank you, Mike, for inviting me on, and I appreciate it. I have fun.
auto-sim
I
this
hope I
too.
didn't ruin the
Go ahead, you want.
broadcast.
yeah. Well, we'll wait till tomorrow to auto-sim those, I guess. Thanks, Dave. Thanks for coming on. That really made you guys coming on makes it a lot more fun.
Good.
And it seemed like when you came on, Dave, that game just got way better as far as it got exciting. The St. Pete game.
That was crazy. That was a lot of fun. Thank you again.
Yeah. So I guess meet you on Discord after this, maybe.
Definitely.
All
I'll
right.
be there.
Well, thanks everyone. So that'll do it again. So look tomorrow, which is Sunday, St. Patrick's Day. Look for a couple more broadcasts for at least for the day to try to get. And I think also there's a Diamonds and Dice podcast going on. I don't know what time it is. I apologize, Bernie and Beatles, for
I
not
believe it's
knowing the
10:30
exact
tomorrow
time.
night.
Oh, 10:30. Oh, really? 10:30 at night. Okay, so for all you vampires out there,
Yeah.
if you're not passed out drunk by tomorrow night, maybe you can give it a listen. Or hopefully Beatles isn't passed out drunk either. So that's always But that's it. So thanks again, and we'll see you guys, the members of the league, out on Discord. So have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.
See you.